Hey everyone, welcome back. So in the last part, I finished up the fire temple and ended directly in here. If you haven't seen that yet, then please go check it out because it probably doesn't make a lot of sense why I'm in here already. So I'm just going to head straight into the forest temple. This temple is going to be pretty short. In fact, I can make it really short, which is actually the first thing I'm going to show off. Obviously, if you hit that guy before he gets down and he gets stuck up there, you can just roll straight under him, which is kind of neat. So, little cutscene here with the pose. You can sort of skip this cutscene. You can dump out whatever's in your bottle, like a fish or whatever, then catch it right before the cutscene starts, and then you'll be able to move around during like the second half of this cutscene. During that time, you can actually make it onto the left before it goes down, but it's completely pointless because obviously you don't have the boss key, so you can't actually get in there. So anyway, I've already had enough of this temple, so I think I'm just gonna go finish it right now. Gonna get in this corner. I'm going to pull out my hookshot, I'm going to align it so that it's just left of the yellow doorknob. I'm going to press Z and backflip, and I'm going to mash the button for the hookshot. And that will shorten the distance of his backflip, and if I do it just right, Link will land here inside the stairs. So I'm just going to hold left and press A. So I'm already out of bounds, I can just turn around like this, jump off, and I'm already at the boss. So you might be wondering how I'm actually going to kill this guy since I don't have the fairy ball. Well, you don't actually need it to kill him. You can just do it with the hookshot, which I didn't know until a couple years ago when I used to make a tool-assisted speedrun of this game. Had no idea it was even possible, but whatever. If you have the bow, it's probably easier to use that because it's quicker. But I'm going to do it with the hookshot because it's a lot cooler. So when I was younger, I always found this guy to be like the hardest boss in the game because of the tennis part at the end. It's definitely harder than it is with the real Ganondorf, which is kind of funny because this is the first adult boss of the game. It's kind of strange that they did that, so I'm just gonna watch for him. Two of them come out, one of them's darker than the other. Where is it? Oh god, that was the right one. And I missed it. Yeah, this is probably why you should do it with the bow. But I guess the brightness on my TV is kind of shit, so I couldn't really tell which one was the real one. One of them's always fake. Yeah, I think that's a fake one, isn't it? Somehow I'm not taking any damage from this, I don't know. I think it's just because I'm shielding it at the right second. Okay, let's just do it the way I always do it and just rotate in a circle until I find them. Okay, so this is the real one. So that's the first hit, finally. Two more of those, and I'm actually pretty low on health. Have I got any fairies or anything? No, I don't. I mean, I shouldn't need them anyway, so it's probably not important. Although I've not really had a good track record with bosses in this game. That was lame. Although Volvagia went pretty well in the last video, I was quite happy with that. I think this is the real one. No, it's definitely not the real one. Okay, I'm surprised the hookshot actually hit that one because the chain on it's not really long at all. Maybe I should have picked up the long shot in the water temple. Okay, so 3 hits, then he comes out. There's a way to quickly kill him and get him stuck on the rail in there, but it's pretty hard, so I'm just going to do it like this. Power crouch stabs will make this fight pretty quick. It's also a good idea to be like right next to him when you are fighting him like this because it means, first of all, well, usually it's easier to like actually hit the thing, and secondly, you're less likely to actually start a tennis match because it goes straight to him. So just like that, he's dead. Also, I think I just realised why I wasn't taking damage from his earlier attacks. It's because I've got the double defense thing, so they must only do like a quarter heart or something. Whenever you get attacked by something that does a quarter heart of damage, well, you have the double defense upgrade, then you just don't take damage at all. But Link still does the damage animation, I don't know. Anyway, this guy's dead, so I could just leave right now and that would be the forest temple finished. But unfortunately, I do need to get the bow because I can't kill Ganondorf without it. You need it for the light arrows. So I am going to have to go and get that. Let me think, what do I want to do right now? Well, as soon as the game lets me control Link, I can start doing something. Okay, I'm going to get the heart container first. So I'm not actually going to enter the warp. I could do it and get the medallion and all that right now, but I don't think I can leave this room any other way except for a save warp, so... Also, I just want to show this off real quick. I think I showed this off with the ice arrows earlier, but like if you pull out the bow, or pull out the light arrows without actually having the bow, he still pulls the bow out, which he doesn't have, but there's no arrows. So yeah, you definitely do need to get the bow. Anyway, I'm going to do a save warp now. So I'm going to need 2 keys to actually finish this dungeon. One of them is right here, so it's always a good idea to just pick this one up since it's on your path. Obviously, if I wasn't trying to show off that glitch just there, I would have just got this the first time I was in this room, but whatever. You can actually just come over here and hookshot the chest from this part. But you'd have to be pretty close, because the chain on the hookshot is really bad. So the other key that you have to get has to be the one from the Stalfos, which is in the room opposite this one. So the reason for that is, for some reason, when you go and fight the Stalfos in the ballroom, they won't appear unless you actually kill these ones. So I'm going to have to go and take care of them before I can do anything else. Really not sure why they programmed it that way, but it's not that big of a deal. This key's pretty quick anyway. Oops. And like every enemy, power crouch stabs will make this pretty quick. If I can actually land a hit, that is. Okay, so that's one down. Okay. So nothing too difficult. Gonna have to fight a couple more of them later in the temple. Landed pretty close to the chest, but oh, it was on the wrong side. So now I have my 2 keys, I can actually start going through the rest of the dungeon. I'm still going to skip pretty much every single part of it. My only objective right now is to go and get the bow. So let's see. What I want to do, first of all, is get into the courtyard, which is behind this block. Now, obviously, I don't have any Ocarina, and I don't have the Song of Time, because you get that when you get the Ocarina of Time, so I can't move it. So I'm going to do this instead. This is another one of those walls, by the way, that you can climb up, because Link spazzes when he tries to jump on the corner. So in this corner over here, I'm going to go into C up mode. I'm going to align it so the left side of the B button is touching that black line. Jump slash, and then forward, and just a little bit to the right to make sure he stays in bounds, because you can easily fall to your death there. And I'm now inside the unloaded courtyard. You can see down there where the lift goes. So, actually, I think I might have fallen down the well. Yeah, I definitely fell down the well. I think the thing should be here. Yeah, okay, so we're fine. As long as you can navigate your way in the darkness, you'll be fine. It's much better to fall down the well and then be able to climb out than it is to like fall into oblivion and have to redo the trick. Anyway, let me just think, where am I right now? Oh, I know where I am. Also, all of the water in this place is unloaded because it's an actor, and all the actors are unloaded when you do this kind of thing. So this is where I want to go, over here. I want to open the door from behind, and then open it again from the front. But something that's kind of interesting, you can actually walk right through it right now. I don't know why they did it like that. I guess because you're never supposed to be inside the block, but it's kind of a strange thing. So you have to stand in front of it and just wait for it to say open. So now I'm in the courtyard, fully loaded, and the next place I want to go is up here, because I can take a shortcut to get over to this ledge up here, which is going to let me skip having to open one of the doors from the main room, which lets me use the key somewhere else. So I'm going to get pretty close to the edge, turn around and drop a bomb. I'm going to use the explosion from this to push me over there. So I'm going to look for the first frame where Link gets pushed off the edge with a lot of speed. And this only lasts for 1 frame. You've only got 1 frame to actually do this on. So that's why I'm pause buffering very badly. Okay, it should be either the next frame or the one after it. Yeah, I think it's this one. I'm going to equip the hover boots now and hold forward. Nope, it wasn't that one. Okay, the reason I knew that failed is because he still had all of his speed, as you saw, but he didn't jump. It means I equipped him too early. I guess, because Link wasn't like properly off the ledge by the time I put them on. So I'll try again. Get as close to the edge as I can. So next frame, I think. Any minute now. I really hate pause buffering because it just seems like most of the time no frames actually advance. Okay, so you can see that he's just boosted off. On this frame I'm going to equip the hover boots and hold up. And he does like a massive jump for some reason. I don't really know why that happens, but it lets us get up here really quick, which is fantastic because it means I can skip that key. Well, not the key, but I can skip opening the door. Basically through that corridor behind me, there is a locked door on the other side. And normally you would use one of the keys to open it, but I'm able to skip that. So what I want to do now is get through this room. This is the room with all the blocks, and Navi will talk to you unless you like do a ground jump. Or store a ground jump, I guess, which I'll show when I get over here. You can use the hover boots to just get over here real quick. So a ground jump, I showed this off in the Dongo's Cavern. It's where like you're trying to pick something up, but then the thing disappears. So like I'm now stuck, and if I want, I can just like do a backflip and I'll do a regular jump. Another property of this is that none of the text triggers will work. So whenever the part of the ground that you get to, where Navi normally talks to you, she just won't talk to you. But as soon as you cancel the ground jump by doing this, it gets cancelled. Unfortunately, it also puts us on top of this block. So I've skipped the first of the two blocks now. I can just head over here. And the second one's just around here, so I'm going to store another ground jump. Just do the same thing over here. It's good to do it in the corner, because I think that might actually be the only part that works. So up here I'm going to do a couple rolls off, and I'm going to try and grab the ledge around there. It basically means that I don't have to push these blocks. Another reason that I'm doing this trick in the first place is because Link still doesn't have any strength upgrades. He doesn't have any gauntlets or the Goron bracelet or anything, so I can't actually physically move them. So let's try this. Okay, that can be a little tricky to do sometimes, but after a couple tries you should get it. So I can just keep going through the tempo now. I've still got my two keys. I'm going to use both of them real soon. I'm also going to take these boots off now because they're just going to slow me down. In this room where the corridor twists, Navi will always talk to you if you take just a few steps forward. You can avoid this just by side hopping to the right or left and just walking along the edge instead. She also has a text trigger in here where she tells you about the monsters that hang from the ceiling. If you just stand here and roll straight out and then do a side hop when you land, you'll skip that as well. I screwed it up. Yep, she talked to me. Well, whatever. If you don't grab the edge like that, you can pretty easily get across that gap. So that's the second key. In this room, a quick way to get through it is to do a turn to the bottom left, 3 side hops to the right, and then just backflip, and you fall right through both sets of stairs. So in here is the room with the other Stalfos that I have to kill. As I mentioned earlier, these guys would not be here if I hadn't killed the two earlier in the dungeon. So same as always, a couple of power crouch stabs will take care of these guys really quick, if I can actually land the hits. Okay, so 2 more will come down. It's important that you don't fall down that hole or stand too close to it, because when that platform comes down it will kill you. Okay, so that's 1 down. It's really laggy when you kill these two. I mean, Stalfos in general make the game lag, but these ones in particular are really bad for it. Okay, so after I open this chest I can get the bow and arrow, which is going to be useful all over the place and required in many instances. In fact, this chest is like really weird. It spawns higher up than it should. You can see that like Link's feet are lower down than it, and you actually can't backflip on it, unlike all the other chests in the game. Like, I'm pretty sure you can backflip on it after you've opened it, because like it's lower down then. At least the part you would stand on is. So here's the fairy ball. As I mentioned earlier, you normally would kill Phantom Ganon with this, so yeah, but if you can get into his room early, you don't have to do that. And no, I guess you can't backflip on it. I thought you could. Well, anyway, what I want to do now is I want to leave this room and I want to go straight to the boss room, and that's possible by going through this corner right here. Best way to set this up, align yourself with a chest, 5 side hops to the left, then just neutral roll and retarget. And this angle right here is actually the perfect angle to go through it, so I'm just going to set up a super slide now. I want to align him so that Link is like, the left side of his head is like just below the middle part of that brick that he's at. Okay, so he's moving backwards. I'm going to equip the hover boots, and just a short while after he goes out of bounds, I'm going to pause again, like this, equip the Kokiri boots, and when I unpause, I'm going to hold up left. And I think I wasn't far enough out. Oh well. Fortunately, it puts you back in this room, so I can try again real quick. So side roll, retarget. Oh, that was bad. I rolled way too early. That was my own fault. Okay, that's more like it. So hover boots. It takes him a little while to actually clip here for some reason. Okay, this looks more like it, so I'm going to equip the Kokiri boots, unpause and hold up left. And yeah, that's more like it. Now he went in the loading zone, so I was obviously just too far forward the last time, but I'm back in the boss room, as you can hear already. Hopefully the warp is still there, so I can just head straight in now that I have the bow and everything. I'll just save the game anyway. I can head straight in, and now the temple's finished. So a pretty long cutscene here where Saria gives you the forest medallion and whatever. So that's the final medallion. We've now got everything that we can get as an adult. The only things left to get now are the spiritual stones as a kid. But as I mentioned far earlier in the playthrough, I'm actually going to do all of that as an adult anyway, because it's more fun and there's a lot more glitches I can show off if I do it that way. But anyway, we're now back in front of the Deku Tree, whose mouth is closed and who we've never been inside at all. And there's a pretty long cutscene here where the new Deku Tree, the Deku Sprout, comes out of the ground and talks to you for about 10 years, so I'm going to cut this out. He's telling me to go and break all the curses in the temples, but I've actually already done that. So I guess Hyrule should be peaceful already, right? Probably not. I think the forest is still going to be full of enemies. In fact, no, never mind. I think that goes away after you beat the forest temple, doesn't it? Yeah, it shows how much I know. Anyway, I'm just going to head back through this place. I might as well pick up the 5 rupees if they're still here. I think they respawn every time you enter this place. Okay, obviously not. Obviously it's only when you're a kid. So I could go get the fairy ocarina, but that's really boring and there's a long cutscene. So I think the next thing I'm going to do is just save warp. So the last thing I want to do in this video is go and get the fire arrows. The idea is that you shoot the sun just after it comes up. And it makes me wonder if you can actually do this with the light arrows or if you have to use regular arrows. So I guess I'll try this first, in case it works. Okay, it doesn't work. That's the end of that mystery. Let's do it with regular arrows. Because obviously you're never supposed to have light arrows before you have the fire arrows, so thought it would be worth testing. But I'm going to need these for some of the trials in Ganon's castle. I wasn't going to do those, and it is possible to skip them all, then I wouldn't bother with these, but I definitely do want to do them because there's lots of cool stuff I can show off in them. So let's just pick this up real quick. It's really a shame about the ice arrows. Would be nice to have all 3 of them, but whatever. Anyway, that's all I want to show off for now, so thanks for watching guys, and I'll see you in the next video.